Hi everybody, my name is Torbjorn, and I am known as the TheGGViking. Well, I wanted to talk to you about the people that made my model, as a sort of thank you for what they did for me and how they took care of me. Now, no, I'm not being sponsored by them, and they're not paying me for this shout out. They did such an awesome job that I want them to add this to their page so other people can see exactly how they took care of me. So, without further ado, let me just move into position here. Yeah, downsize my big self for a minute here. 1 second. There we are. Now, what'll happen is, I wanted to get into this. Well, my friend Felix convinced me to get into this, and he showed me different ways of doing it. You know, we looked at all kinds of riggers and animators and people that do this stuff. And they were charging a pretty high price, and you would get like 3 emotions, sad, angry, and happy. Cool. But then I did some digging around, and I found these guys. VtuberArt. Now what happened was they were charging like half the price for what you'd get from other people. And they offered 5 expressions instead of just 3. And you could mix and match what you wanted. So for example, me, I got my neutral face here. I got my happy face. I got my, oh yeah, let's get it on face. And then my, ooh, that's pretty saucy face. And then for the negative ones, I got the, oh crap, I'm scared face. We got the, oh man, I really messed up face. And then the totally not angry face. So what happened was I contacted them and I sent them this picture. Pretty snazzy, huh? So I sent them that and I said, hey, can you guys do a model based on this? And they said, absolutely, no problem. And they said, any details you want to send us? And I said, well, I'd like to have something on the arms, so just take my metal headband and add a couple of those to my arms. And I'm not sure what to do with my lower wrists because they're cut off in the picture. And I said, I'll leave that to you guys and your imagination since, I can't really decide on anything. So, after a couple of days, I paid up front. You pay half the cost up front, not the full price, just half of it. And the cool thing is that if you're ever dissatisfied or want to back out, you're free to do so at any time. So, we did a little back and forth. A couple days later, they sent me this. Ooh, not bad, not bad. But obviously it's not the final product, some changes needed to be made. I said, well, the arms need to be a little bulkier, too skinny in my mind. And the neck appeared to be a little too long. Not a major problem, but hey. And I noticed that the nose didn't exactly look like something I wanted. Then there was the tuft of hair between my eyes needed to be added. And I'm only supposed to have 1 braid on the side of my head. I sent those changes back. 2 days later, I got this. A much better upgrade, don't you think? But there was one minor problem. My braid is supposed to be on the left. But that was my fault. I told them I wanted it on the right side of my head. But I was looking at it from the model's perspective. So, a day later, bam! I can't, whatever. I sent them, they got me that back. Everything looked like it was coming together nicely. Well, and then they went ahead and colored it for me. Looks pretty great, right? Well, they did something even more special next. And I'll explain that in a second. So, once everything was all said and done, they went ahead and sent me this. Yeah, it looks pretty good, huh? They send you a nice little model video to make sure everything's working smoothly. Now hold on a second. You see that face right there with the mouth? We'll get into that a bit later. For now, I just want to let you know that everything goes according to plan the way you want it. They take care of you no matter how nitpicky you are. They said to me, and I quote, "We want you to have the perfect model, and we want to help you bring your vision to life." And that's exactly what they did. Now, like I said, there was a bit of a problem with that one face, which, by the way, I didn't ask for. You get 5 faces originally with your price, but I asked for a 6th face, which was my grinning face. Something a little to add to my character. And they said, no problem with that. I said, go ahead and charge me a little bit extra if you want for the work. No problem. But that dizzy face you saw, I didn't ask for that. They included it by themselves. Isn't that cool? A 7th free face. But like I said, there was a bit of a problem with it. I came across this. Yikes. That's pretty brutal, huh? Well, it turns out that I wasn't doing really what I should have been doing. I was trying to transition faces from one to another, and I sent them this picture and said, hey, is there a problem with the file? And they said, well, have you tried going neutral and then switching between? And I said, well, yeah, I could, Could go from this to that, neutral, angry. All you gotta do is go back to neutral real quick. But here's the best part. I sent them that, and even after I paid the full price, when they sent me the video and the file and I did all the testing and came across this issue, they still took away that file that they gave me, for free by the way, and they removed it and then sent me a whole new file. Mind you, this is after I already paid in full. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Even after I paid full price for it, they still went ahead and made a fix for me. Now, what other company or people is going to do something like that for you? So, let me just get myself back into position here. There we go. Perfect, huh? Now, the cool thing about these guys isn't the fact that their prices are fair or that they offer a little more. To me, the cool thing was that their customer service actually cares about you and what you want to do. Every little change, every little nitpick. Oh, I don't like the way my hair looks. Oh, I need this recolored. Like you see this? You see this black piece of ponytail on top of my head? Originally, that was orange. And I never noticed it until later down the line after the video had been made. I said, hey, can you guys color that real quick? Bam! Like a day later, they colored it and sent it back to me. Every little choice, every little detail I asked for, they said, no problem. We want to make sure that you get exactly what you're looking for. And it took about a month going back and forth. That wasn't because of them. They would reply fast. I think the longest I had to wait was like 3 days, but that was over a weekend, so I figured, it's probably their days off, no problem. I would literally receive a response like that exact day. Or at least 2 days later was the standard. So I don't know how many they're working on at a time, but their response time was really fast and efficient too. We would go back and forth. I would say, hey, can you guys do an emotion like this? Could you guys do an emotion like this? And they did it all exactly to specifications. And even if they didn't, all I had to do was say, hey, can we make this change? And it's just a process of trial and error, emailing back and forth until you get exactly what you're asking for. And like I said, you can back out at any time if you're not happy with their service. But from what I understand and from what I've experienced, it's all totally worth it. I was talking to a person named Theo the whole time, so if that's the kind of person you get a hold of, just know that he took care of me, or she. I mean, technically I don't really know their gender. I mean, it's Theo, so I always assumed it's a guy. But if it's a woman, I apologize. But anyway, if you get contacted by them, just know that you're getting taken care of by a damn good team. Unless you get contacted by someone else that works for them, that I don't know. But hey, it's these guys, all right. They're fine, is what I'm saying. They're a good team, and if you're looking to get into VTubing, then these guys are definitely worth checking out. So like I said, VtuberArt.com. I'm not being sponsored. I'm not getting paid. This is just one of my ways to say thank you. And I walked you through the process so you could get a little preview of how it works before you try them. And just know that, well, they'll take good care of you. And thanks to them, I'm here now. So, for everyone at VtuberArt, thank you very much for taking care of me. And I hope this helps. Bye, everybody.